Hi everybody, welcome back to Mando Lessons. My name is Baron Collins Hill, and in this week's lesson, I want to talk to you about this mandolin that I've got in my hands. For about 10 years, maybe even more, I've been always suggesting people go with the Kentucky KM150. Still a great mandolin. The thing is, when I started suggesting people buy that as their first instrument, 10 or 15 years ago, it was about $300. Now it's over $500. So it's kind of a harder sell for a beginner, to drop $500 on a new instrument. And I've been looking around trying to find the right instrument that stays around that $300 mark. And I'm excited to say I've tried a bunch of instruments and this is my pick. It's my choice. It's, everybody will have their own opinions, but I'm really happy with this thing. So without further ado, what is it? This is the Lohr Honey Creek A-style mandolin. The model is LM110, also known as the Honey Creek. And yeah, it's been a great little mandolin. I've been trying a bunch of different mandolins and buying a bunch of different kind of entry-level mandolins to sort of see what I can find that I like the best around that $300 mark. And this is it. Now, does that mean that it's better than the KM150? I don't think so, not necessarily. I don't think the KM150 is better than this either. I think mostly what this does for me is it's the right instrument at the right price. Right off the bat, I just want to get out of the way that this is not a sponsored video. The Lohr did not send me this instrument. Sweetwater did not send me this instrument. In fact, I bought this instrument before I was in the Sweetwater affiliate program, sort of as a test to see how they set up their instruments and if it would be a good fit if I started recommending them. I don't want to recommend any products that I don't use, that I don't have experience with, so I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a sneaky job and make sure Sweetwater was doing a good job before I started working with them. With that out of the way though, let's get back to the music. If you're looking for all the technical specifications about this instrument, you can find them. I've got a link in the description. Which brings me to my second point. I've recently started working with Sweetwater, and they are a much better, in my opinion, place to buy an instrument rather than Amazon. I've had Amazon links in my descriptions for a long time. I'm no great fan of Amazon, but this channel really does require outside funding, so I've had Amazon affiliate links in my description forever, and I'm excited to be changing those over to Sweetwater. Sweetwater is a company that deals a lot with instruments and instrument-related gear. I've bought tons of stuff from them in the past, and I'm excited to no longer be shilling for Amazon and instead be kind of working with someone in particular at Sweetwater. It's a much more human experience. I'm really excited about that. But let's get back to the instrument. Now, what I always say is that the best thing you can do when finding a new instrument is to get to a store and play a bunch. I've had plenty of times looking at different instruments on the internet, buying something and then being like, oh, this isn't exactly what I want, and all the forums things that I read, that's not quite exactly, that's not how I feel about the instrument. So anytime you can go to a store, always great. A nice thing about Sweetwater over Amazon is they actually take the instrument out, check it, give it a preliminary setup. You can also pay them a little bit more to do a really kind of custom setup for you. And they're going to make sure they're sending you an instrument that's not broken. I've bought instruments in the past from Amazon and eBay where it just comes broken. It's a huge hassle. And Sweetwater's got a great return service if you don't like the instrument. They also have some great opportunities where you can actually look at the particular instruments and say, oh, I like the look of that one, and pick that exact instrument, and they'll ship it to you. Back to the sound of the instrument. I'm really enjoying it. Tone is very subjective, but what I'll do is I'll play this instrument, and then I'll play a mandolin you all have heard a million times. I'll play my LSA5. Very different category of mandolin, but it'll be a little bit of a sound comparison for you. Now, I'm a big proponent of A-style mandolins. I think they're the best sort of bang for the buck. You get the most for your money. But the Lure does make an F-style version of the Honey Creek for $100 more. So this is a $300 mandolin. They make a $400 F-style mandolin. And I have not played that instrument. I assume that it's similar, and if people really want me to, I could buy that instrument and do a little shootout between the two. In any case, let me know if that's something you're interested in, and I can do that. What I will say is years ago, I also had some higher end velour mandolins. I had the 600 and the 700 model, which are both F-style mandolins. I thought they were great, so I was familiar with the Lure brand, and I'm excited to find this entry-level mandolin and like it as much as I do. Everybody has their particular styles of music that they're interested in. As you know, if you've seen this channel, I play and teach a lot of old-time music. I teach Irish music, a little bit of bluegrass songs here and there. And so I'm always looking for an instrument that does a little bit of everything. So you've heard a little bit of old-time music and some sort of bluegrass style sounds out of this thing earlier, but here's a little bit of an Irish tune. Also shows off a little bit of the sustain of the instrument at the end. Once again, I'm not saying that the Kentucky KM150 is a bad instrument anymore just because I'm suggesting this instrument now, the Lure Honey Creek, but it's just a matter of where the price points have gotten. The Kentucky is now around $500, and I really wanted an instrument around $300 that I could suggest to people, so I started trying out instruments, and this is what I came up with. I've really enjoyed playing this mandolin. I made a record recently, and all my Ellises were at the studio for recording. And when I came home and had to rehearse, I was using this thing, and it posed me no problems. I think it sounds great. I'm very happy with it. Again, I'm also much more excited to be working with Sweetwater as part of their affiliate program than Amazon. Amazon is just going to send you whatever they get in the box. Sweetwater is always taking the instruments out, making sure they're in good condition, doing preliminary setups on the instruments, letting you pick the particular instrument, all that sort of stuff. Much more human experience. They're really nice folks. Check out the links in the description if you're looking for a new mandolin or a first mandolin. And if you have a mandolin in your hands, don't forget to check out mandolessons.com and the YouTube channel for a bunch of free information. I got a beginner's series, teach you a bunch of tunes, get you going, get you out playing with other people, which is what music is all about. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.